So I showed you an easy dessert to make for a dinner party, but let's talk appetizers. Baked brie in a puff pastry with a raspberry compote. You're gonna start with a baking stone. This is what you're gonna cook it on, but it's not necessarily what you're gonna serve it on. You absolutely could, but I want you to be able to also transfer it onto a serving dish. So what you're gonna need is a brie, which I got at Whole Foods. It's a grass-fed French brie. I will warn you though, it's aromatic, so it is gonna make the refrigerator smell a little funky, but it's really good. You'll need at least one, possibly two of Annie's Crescent rolls. You know how I love these. I'm gonna start with one, but we may actually need two to cover the entire brie. I picked up this Crofters Seedless Raspberry Organic Compote. And then you'll need one egg, and then I use a little bit of butter because I always like to make sure that the bottom of the pastry gets browned. So you take your baking stone and you just go ahead and put some butter down where your puff pastry is going to be. And I'm gonna lay out our puff pastry, put the brie on, top it with my raspberry, and then fold it up. I'll show you how I do it. I've laid out my puff pastry. It did take two because of the size of the brie. Fun fact about this brie, on the back it has a little cheat sheet. So I bought it and it says right now it's going to be soft and buttery flavored, but in about 15 days it's going to be creamy and mushroom. Which is neat because depending upon how you want to go sweet or savory, you can go based on sell by date and it's going to change the flavor of the brie. So I just thought that was kind of fun. So anyway, you're going to take it out and you're going to lay this directly on your crescent roll. And then what I will usually do is pull it up just to make sure that it's going to cover how I want it to before I go ahead and put my compote in to determine do I need any more of the pastry. So I'm going to grab my raspberry compote and I am just going to put some of this. I might not need the entire jar. I probably won't, probably half of it. So I can use this for the kids' sandwiches, lunch. So I only used about 1/4 of a cup, just FYI. And then I'm going to pick up my puffed pastry and I am going to just wrap that around like so and make sure the entire thing gets covered. And then I'm gonna just pinch down any edges in case there's anything exposed, and I'm gonna put some egg wash on it and stick it in the oven on 350. So I've covered up my entire puff pastry, and then I'm gonna grab my egg, make sure that it's mixed up, and I'm just going to put this egg wash on here so that it gets nice and golden brown. If you have any of your crescent rolls or your puff pastry left over, you can always make a fun little design and put like a star on the top or a Christmas wreath or something like that. I'm not doing that for this one, but just if you have any left over, that's an option. My egg wash is on, the oven's preheated. I'll stick it in for 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes on 350. My baked brie just came out of the oven. It smells so good, you guys. So I am going to transfer it to my serving dish because if you're having a party, you want a really nice platter that you can serve it on, okay? All right, so I'm gonna serve this with some snack crackers. I got these from Kroger, Simply Truth Organic. They were on sale, they were about $2. The brie itself was $7.99. I got that from Whole Foods on sale. That's a great price. I've seen brie, a really good imported brie, up to $20 before, so $7.99 is a great price for an imported grass-fed organic brie. And then my compote was $2.19 and I only used 1/4 of a cup. So that was about 50 cents. So this entire appetizer is under $10 and it's gonna be so good. So there's your OMG holiday appetizer, under $10, and your guests will love it. Enjoy. Wanted to pop back on here. One thing to note, make sure to let this rest for up to 10 minutes before serving so that it's not too gooey. You can serve it like that, but if you want it to hold up, 10 minutes rested, okay?